It's week 3 of the NFL, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Buccaneers and the Eagles, and it's coming up next.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over.
Both teams riding 2-0 starts here. One, we'll get the turkey and move to 3-0 as week 3 gets underway. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They are brought out by former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run. 1 snap in, and we have an injury timeout. Looks like they may be without a member of their secondary for at least a little bit as he gets worked on. Off to play fake. Here's Mayfield. Complete out to the right side. He's contained at the line for no gain. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Baker now from the gun. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Bucs ready to send it away on 4th as Jake Camarda runs on to punt it. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs, but Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in, but it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the pistol, Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Hurts throwing again. This one finds Goddard. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 18-yard line.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And that hit stops him in his tracks. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Now Hurts. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And they're on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Mayfield now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. On again comes Jake Camarda to punt this away. Back deep for the Eagles is Isaiah Rodgers. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Eagles will take possession. Now for the 2nd time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. Broke through the tackle. There he goes on the right side. And he's in for the big play touchdown. Oh, Brock, but there it is. Back down the field, we've got a flag, and I don't think this is going to count. Such an exciting play lost because of that penalty. And this offense now left to think of their next call as they make the long walk back down the field. Hurts now from the gun. Gets it to Paris Campbell. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
From the 37. Buys time, rolling right. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one.
And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. If they get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
Now on fourth down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. Secures this at the 17. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Mayfield. He fires one deep down the middle. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it sets up 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. Oh, he got free. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. 2 plays ago, if we had seriously mentioned a safety partner, we'd have been laughed out of this booth, right?
Well, they say things move fast in the NFL, huh?
A couple of back-to-back sacks, losses like that, really opens us up to possibilities we weren't expecting.
Yeah, not all those possibilities are good, Kate, unless you're that defense that just dropped 2 points on the scoreboard.
Out now for the free kick, hoping their defense can answer a safety with a stop of their own. Begins his return at the 16. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, Hurts. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. Brought in inside the 20. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Escapes out to the left. He loses the football. And the Buccaneers scoop it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
There are so many fundamental details play the quarterback position, especially in the pocket. But you get loose, you make a nice little run, you get in the open field, you gotta have the fundamentals to tuck that ball away. QB doesn't, defender knocks it out. Huge turn of events.
Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. And their last drive reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They send the tight end in motion left. Running on 2nd with White. And they had that one contained right at the line. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty.
Defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards. So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. One of the tight ends in motion left. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Baker now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. And we're going to get a timeout from the defense here. Here's a toss to White. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Sidney Brown in on that stop. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Here's Baker. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
Anytime you get that chunk of yards, gosh, you can just feel it in the stadium. It just changes the whole complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end this series with points.
1st down throwing for Hurts. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So 2nd down coming up. Running back sent in motion. Hurts trying again on 2nd down. Throw takes him to the sideline, but he gets both feet in with the catch.
I know
Todd Bowles did not like what he saw, and he's thrown the challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a fourth down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
The kick by Hopkins is good, and that will add to their score.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Tampa Bay are ready to head out to the field. It's an 8-0 ball game as they take over, seeking their first points of this contest. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On target to Godwin. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Mayfield to throw again. Got Evans, it's complete. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. Motioning one of the tight ends. Hauled in by Godwin. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun, White. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First down, here's Baker. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And he gets this forward to the 19. Now, hold on a second. We have a player in some pretty clear pain following that play. That's Rachaad White, who's getting some attention from the trainers. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Motion man is the tight end here, going left. 3rd and short, Mayfield. Finds him over the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
He just throws this one away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Baker now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Chris Godwin that time. And now they're staring at a 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now to try the Buccaneers field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that gets them back within 5.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
To return, here's Paris Campbell. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. He'll get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. He's got Smith. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Buccaneers scoop it up! And he will take it back. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! The Buccaneers capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. Step 1 is just making the hit, Brock. Step 2, trying to knock the football out with that hit, and they were even fortunate enough to get to step 3, weren't they? Taking that fumble all the way back for a touchdown.
And just look at them. I love the joy.
Yep.
A unit that doesn't get to celebrate in the end zone all too often, they will welcome the chance to be the guys running it in for a change. Cue up the group celebration, and boys, go enjoy the moment.
McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers take a slim 2-point lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, going left. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Hurts now from the gun. A throw right side, caught by Goddard. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now a pause to attend to an injured player, and this is a worrying sight. It is Saquon Barkley who was hurt on the play. The Buccaneers add another DB. 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Here's the give to Irving. And defenders are there to get him at the line. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Right back to Irving now. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming. From the gun, Mayfield. That pass complete to Irving. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. All set up now for 1st and 10.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Mayfield now from the gun. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Irving hauls it in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Baker throwing again. Brought in right side. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. He's on the move. He's going to it's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. But it looks like the Buccaneers made a heads-up play, got on top of that one for the recovery. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 37. Forced out to his right. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Baker now. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he takes this inside the red zone to the 15 before going out.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Working inside the red zone. He completes it in traffic. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one.
At the Eagles' 8-yard line.
One of the tight ends motioning left. 2nd and manageable. He's throwing. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. A very short kick here from the right hash.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Looking to throw. Avoid some trouble there. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. We've reached the break. The Bucs visitors, but fighting out to an early advantage. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start by heading out west, State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Michael Wilson, a touchdown catch in the victory. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Gamble now on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So to begin the third quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. They connect on the deep shot. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try to run it in. And he's into the end zone. Successful play there. That makes the lead 3 points. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, and certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Irvin here from the gun. And he gets up for a gain of about 4. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Baker to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Hauled in by Godwin. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Buccaneers.
Here's Baker. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
That's going to be caught by Evans. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Mayfield to throw again. That's caught for the first. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down, here's Baker. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Trying to find Mike Evans with that throw. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Irving on the inside give. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. They send a tight end in motion. 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Complete out to the right side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
This 3rd field goal of the game is a big one. They're all tied up now in the 2nd half, and rather than playing from behind, Kate, this will be interesting. They can now focus on getting a stop and taking control of the flow of this game.
Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. Into the hands of Campbell. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Trying to find his tight end. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And this one does not go far. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt goes 63 yards. And the Bucs will be backed up pretty deep to start this drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Chark there to haul it in. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he gets him around 6 there. Sidney Brown in on that stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Baker now from the gun. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Sending the tight end in motion left. 3rd and short, Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle.
At the Eagles' 39-yard line.
Now it's Irving. Escapes a defender. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you could recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Mayfield now from the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
First down, Buccaneers.
Handoff headed right, Irving. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
5-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the gun, Mayfield. This one finds Irving. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Here he is on 3rd and long. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 3rd quarter lead. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Campbell now on the return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Hurts now from the gun. This finds Smith. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go.
3rd and 1.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard
They kick the running back in motion. On first down, Hurts. On the move, headed, and he can't escape this one. They get to him for a nice exclamation point to end this third quarter. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. A timeout now as medical staff runs out to deal with an injured player, and that's A.J. Brown, the man in question. Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. Here's Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they bring him down around the 34.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Got all of it, and this is good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now, well, now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here come the Bucs on offense now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. They put a receiver in motion here left. Throwing again is Baker. That pass complete to Irving. Jukes one defender. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
This one's taken in by Otten. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Baker throwing again. Irving hauls it in. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
1st down, Buccaneers.
Mayfield to throw again. Got his target, it's Otten. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Hauled in by Godwin. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Running right, it's Irving. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Mayfield with a blitz coming. They did it! He made the interception! Darius Slay has it. Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. At the 20. And he makes the house call. It's a touchdown on the pick six. I don't know about you, Brock, but I could almost feel them going through the 5 stages of grief over on that sideline, watching their would-be touchdown pass in 6 points return the entire way to the opposite end zone for 6 on the other side of the board.
You just don't really believe it's happening until he's, well, 30, 40 yards into his return, and then you're just powerless. Kate, just over 40 times in the history of the NFL this has happened.
Wow.
What a return to add to that list.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. He fields it from the 8. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Buccaneers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Going with Irving here. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Baker now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Duke the defender. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Eagles and receiver Devontae Smith returning to the field. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. Hit some space around midfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 1st and 10 now from the 30. This one finds Goddard. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down throwing for Hurts. Chased out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. 3rd and just 2 to go.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Flushed out of the... And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles make it a 9-point advantage. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Completes this one to Otten. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Baker now off the play fake. Catch made by Chark. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Mayfield now from the gun. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Flush down now to his left. Now here he goes. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. To throw is Mayfield. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Offense in the hurry up here.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Working quickly here. 3rd down, here's Mayfield. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. And we're going to have to pause here. An injured Buck still out there and being looked at now. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock, so high hopes again for this upcoming series. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 27. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he gains ground to the 33 before being stopped. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Back to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. 1st and 10 from the 41. Here's Barkley. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go to Barkley again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The Eagles take a knee. They're going to let the seconds tick away in this win. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across the NFL, as they're now up to a 3-0 start. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.